You want me to do you want to do this podcast style where I do introductory type stuff, or like you mentioned, doing some improv, just getting comfortable in front of the camera? Just what do you want to do? You want to talk about anything specific?
Sora.
Okay.
Sora. I'll talk about Sora all day.
Okay. That's what you want to talk about some.
That's me, bro.
Yeah.
You were talking about comedy. We were talking about.
Yeah, I was telling you about the whole SNL drama thing. Sora is crazy. I haven't seen anything since the Labrador video. I did send you what tricked me, and what's kind of crazy is I sent you the Will Smith eating spaghetti video. If you about a year ago, the real potential of AI videos was started. We started scratching the surface of it. You know, we saw the Will Smith eating SpaghettiOs, and he looked like, you know, the monster from. Looked like the fucking monster from 80s movie where they're looking for treasure. All the kids. Yeah, the Goonies. Hey, you guys. That guy. What's his name? Who has a name?
On the blank.
But yeah, but they came out with a new one, and I thought that it was Sora that made the updated version. It looked super hyper realistic, you know. I was like, holy shit! I sent it to you, and I found out that was not Sora that made that. That was actually Will Smith. So they tricked me. Already. Getting tricked by yeah. Yeah, it's already happening to me. Same thing with those. Half the time, whenever I'm scrolling on Reels and I see one of those Biden and Trump playing Minecraft videos, I don't know if it's real or not. Half the time, I don't know what's happening there. Have you seen those ones?
The Biden Trump.
Playing Minecraft?
Yeah. And then sometimes they play like with Obama or
Yeah.
Musk.
Yeah, they'll have all sorts of celebrities hanging out, playing Minecraft. Talking about each other's moms, like taking shits on each other's chests, all the classics.
Have you seen those? They're taking like hip hop celebrities and they're making them like teach math.
No.
They're making like deep fakes of like celebrities, and they're like, if you square the root, you know. Like,
Right. Is this for entertainment purposes, or do they have a goal behind this?
I've heard it's like tutoring, like places or something.
So if a company is making these, that's super racist. If a company is making AI generated like Tupac, yo, I'm Tupac. Today I'm going to be teaching you geometry. The hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. That is, and they're selling that product to like inner city. Like if that's their target demographic and they're doing that by intention, that's a racist. That's actually just racist, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all. But if they're doing it for entertainment, then I think that's amazing. If they're just making it freely for entertainment, then great. Do it with more stuff, you know. That's actually really, really smart. You get the most engaging people, you know. Why does Neil deGrasse Tyson need to tell you about, you know, astrophysics with his big ass head? Give me Margot Robbie sitting in the bathtub, Big Short style, going through astrophysics, whatever. Give me Wee Man from Jackass to teach me a little something. Teach me about some anatomy from Wee Man. I think that'd be a hit. What are we doing this for? We could just type that prompt into, you know, DALL-E or whatever and get going.
How long until we get Hitler teaching us about, like, you know, white rights or some shit?
That already happened. That already happened. Hitler already taught us about that, dude. And it did not go well the first time. I don't know if we have too much to worry about. Well, if Hitler starts teaching us real things, then like if Hitler comes back and people start giving Hitler credibility because people are using Hitler's likeness to talk about things with true passion, like that's the thing. That's what people always talk about with Hitler is they say the whole reason that Germany came to this and people bought in is because Hitler was just so charismatic and he was so great at convincing people. So if that comes back, if Hitler starts teaching people Calc 2 and people are like, man, nobody explains calculus the way that Hitler does, then I think we have issues. That's yeah. It's like, ooh. People are like joining different clubs on campus. Like, dude, do you I don't know, man. Like the MLK teaching calculus, or do you listen to him or you listen to Hitler? It feels like segregation turns college campuses into like prisons almost. People start repping there.
I mean, yeah, like I think you're right, like about what you're saying though. Like, it's not like Sora isn't scary. It's like what the promise of like technology like this would be. You know, like it's not this thing made Will Smith look like he's eating spaghetti or not. It's like I don't know, what the fuck are we gonna think and start consuming?
Right.
You know, that kind of content.
Yeah, I guess my overall point is idiots like myself will be tricked into thinking that Will Smith did not eat that spaghetti when in fact Will Smith ate the spaghetti. And vice versa, which is the scarier part, you know, people.
I got tricked. I saw some like clothing store, like selling like crazy clothes, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Is this AI generated?" And the more that I looked at the site, the more I was like, "This literally feels like a Chinese scam. Like this feels like you spend $200 on like this crazy piece that never comes because it never existed because it's AI."
What? Where did you see this?
It's like a real.
Did you see this? You saw this. So you were sitting on the toilet, you were scrolling YouTube shorts.
I think I saw an ad on Facebook.
Okay.
I saw an ad on Facebook, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Like, it was like this crazy jacket, like crazy. Like, I was like, if somebody made that, that's like haute couture. Like, you would have had to make this by hand. Like, it's really interesting. Like, I was like, "What is this?" Like, that's actually kind of impressive.
So it was a single piece. The advertisement was a single piece, super detailed, beautiful piece of clothes, or was it like a store, like racks of clothes?
It was. I mean, it was just like a product.
Okay.
A product, but it was like, you know, like you could buy like they did like a whole.
Right.
They got mediums and they got bigger ones.
Right.
Which is crazy. So I went to go check out the place, but I was just getting like, what the fuck is this? Like, some stuff is like sold out, and when I look up the company, there's like one YouTube channel with like ads. The ads were so weird, dude.
Was it like those Super Bowl ads, like classic mobile game ad style, or?
No, just, you know, just like the worst music, like do 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 do, you know, like upbeat, like not me, like Muzak.
Oh, right.
Just like it was a PowerPoint presentation out of like 2008 or something, you know, like crazy transitions between like still
Like spinning, like slides spinning out, and the next one spinning in, and yeah.
So it was like apparent, like like whatever this is nonsense. It's scammy shit. But I was like, whoa, these clothes are crazy. No, it was AI generated. You know, all the product images were just AI generated. For nothing.
Yeah, for you to go and maybe purchase nothing, because like that's the thing now. So much of it is going to fall onto consumer responsibility, and like it's going to be our responsibility as consumers not to spend $60 on a fake jacket because we didn't read the fine print. Like, hey, this is actually an AI generated. I know this is an NFT. You're buying the image of this hoodie or whatever, you know. Yeah, that shit does terrify me. I'm worried about people's jobs. I kind of do want to be able to see myself on there also, because I feel like I'll be able to I'll be able to be a little bit more like self-aware. Yeah, if you want to pause it, we can.
Should I put it on?
If you want to.
I'll do it. Yeah.
I would like it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's cool to be able to see it, especially now that I feel less intimidated, I guess. Have you seen that subreddit, dude, with the Redditors jerking off on the anime figures?
Oh no, but I know that's a thing. I know that they sell those anime figures, and I know it's like a thing.
Why?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. Like, why else would they sell those? I don't know what to do with my hands. Just kidding.
The echo.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mute that. I should resume this. Good luck syncing this back up. I don't know what your
It'll work out.
code is. Alright, I just resumed the recording. If you want, you can tell me the timestamp on that, and I'll say it, so it might be easier for you.
I sync everything by waveform,
Oh shit, okay.
so it should just.
So it's just easy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested to see how you do that. That's really cool.
With AI, you just press a button.
Really?
Yeah, you like sync these by waveform, and it's like, okay, done.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's awesome.
Okay. But how does this look too?
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's how I stretch my lower back, dude. Sometimes I have to do that. Like, sometimes at the public library I do that, and they kick me out. Yeah. Next to me, here's my blankie. I don't go anywhere without my blankie. If my blankie gets taken away, I'll probably cry. And the thought of it is actually making me kind of emotional right now. Oh, that's cool. Give me a little border for the dramatic close-up. Some hit markers. Now I'm in Call of Duty. Nice. Oh, okay.
False color.
Very cool. Well, that's that little red outline on the...
Let's focus assist.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, dude.
It doesn't affect the recording though. It's just like
Just there.
yeah, a little bullshit.
Just some bullshit you can put there to fuck with people and make it seem more complicated than it really is.
Yeah, you can get like 5 different monitors and you just have them all.
Doing those different things, like...
You could have one just display a different light.
Yeah.
You just have like.
Sick.
Okay.
Cause those wing chimes, dude, they're just really relaxing. Wing chimes are...
I like a good wind chime.
Yeah. I have buddies that live in India, Indian friends, not white people. They complain about the white people that move to India and wear bracelets and have dreadlocks and go to all the festivals and smoke all the ganja. And they're like, dude, these people are posers. They're like, yeah, convert to Hinduism. Read the Bhagavad Gita once, cover to cover, and they're like, I'm Hindu now. I'm going to India. Yeah. My gemstone's opal.
White dudes trying to be Indian.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Imagine how that feels to an Indian person in India, like living in poverty. Like, you know, like sending their children to go and pick pockets and beg for money. You know, while some white guys walking by with dreadlocks and bracelets. His parents, you know, are dentists in New Jersey, and he's just there chilling at the color festival, throwing some chalk at the 6-year-old begging for money. Woohoo! Yikes.
India.
Where would it be if you could travel anywhere? Travel anywhere in the world, what would be your number one place to travel?
Oh God. You know, I used to say China, because I think it's actually just hard to, like, I might in my life like travel a lot of places, but I think like one of the genuinely hardest places to probably actually travel is like China, and I want to check out like the mountains of China, and like I've heard it's really beautiful country, and I do want to check it out, but I just think like me as a U.S. citizen, like getting to hang out and travel China, probably not gonna happen. Probably just straight up never gonna happen.
Dude, the American visa is one of the most powerful visas in the world. It's one of like the few visas that it's accepted in like the most countries. I think there's like 2 or 3 that beat it out. Like, you know, probably France or something. Nobody's afraid of French people. But that's like North Korea too. You know, North Korea. You were talking about going to China just because it's difficult to get into. You know. North Korea is, of course, like that. And Autumn had no idea about how crazy North Korea is. We, like, just in the last, like, 6 months watched a couple of documentaries together, like HBO documentaries. She had no idea any of it. She was like, yeah. She's like, what? North Korea's... She's like, North Korea's a dictator? This guy's not feeding his people? I had absolutely no clue. But it was like that reporter. Did you remember that reporter that went over there and they found out that he was filming stuff and things like that he wasn't supposed to, and they imprisoned him? And then whenever they let him out, he was like lobotomized on camera, like just not even there anymore. And then they sent him back to the United States and he died like 10 days later. Like, they fucked him up. Dude. That's why, yeah, I'd check out the mountains, go to Nepal. Maybe go to Nepal. Stay away from China and North Korea. Scary. But the food, dude, you can't. I don't know if they eat dog in Nepal. That's bad. But, yeah, did you like Chinese food, though, for real?
Chinese food. Yeah, I actually like Chinese food. Sally hates Chinese food, so we never get Chinese food.
What?
Yeah.
No, you don't get some combo fried rice every now and then? A big styrofoam container, some combo fried rice?
Dude, I love lo mein.
You're a lo mein guy.
Lo mein. Orange chicken.
Yeah, the classics. Yeah. I worked with a guy that he likes Chinese food, I guess. I don't know if he loves Chinese food. What am I saying? I don't know what he loved. I hung out with him one time, though. We were doing like a poker night or something, and that night we happened to order Chinese food. I don't know how often he did that, but he did it that night. But what caught me off guard about his order is we all ordered like chicken fried rice or combo fried rice, whatever. He chose to order fried rice, like pork fried rice, no veggies. And I made a little comment. I remember that kind of sticking out to me. Like, dude, you're already getting this shitty fried rice, no veggies, or whatever. He's 7. And so I made a little comment, like, no veggies. Like, I'd asked. And he's got super defensive. He was like, yeah, dude, no, do you have a problem with that? Yeah, no veg. I don't like them. I don't like them in my fried rice. I was like, oh, okay, yikes. Yeah. A few years ago, I found that guy died from scurvy. I don't know. I actually haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from that guy in a little while. He was big into gambling and cocaine. We would play Smash Brothers, and he would have us over, and we would do poker nights and play cards. And then after people were kind of burned out with cards and poker, we'd start playing Smash Bros for money. Like, okay, $20 on this match, you know. And he was just addicted to gambling and pork fried rice with no veggies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, making myself hungry.
So likes Thai food.
Do you like Thai food?
I love Thai food, but it's like the same fucking shit. So I don't understand how she's like against Chinese food.
Maybe she's just like super socially aware, and she's like, I don't want to support Chinese food. I'm free Taiwan or something. I mean, like, don't attack them. Actually, don't attack Taiwan. Everybody says that's what's going to happen next, right? Or is it Thailand? Or is Myanmar still a country? Cambodia? Anyone? I don't know what's happening over there. I don't know geopolitics. I'm just some jackass.
The Gaza Strip.
I have a theory for how to stop the conflict in the Gaza Strip. I think anytime, like even if you see a bar fight happening between a Muslim and a Jew happening, you just dump a bunch of pig grease. You just get pig grease and you threaten to dump. Like if we started doing that, like flying over Gaza or Israel, just dumping barrels of pig grease out, like the ceasefire or this will continue. Like that's like damnation for them. Like, you know, they're soaking themselves in this filth that's like sinful, you know, that's not halal. It's haram, I think. Yeah, that's not cool. That's like eternity in hell. I think that would kind of outweigh the, I don't know anything. Don't put that anywhere. Yeah, definitely don't put that anywhere. But yeah, it's a little known fact. Both, and that's something that kind of, you know, maybe a different angle on that's way less offensive and, you know, just gross, is that it's a common enemy. Pigs are a common enemy for both the Jews and the Muslims. So maybe instead of focusing all this energy and being divided, let's find something that we can unite on. Let's find something to fight against. Like, they do have that in common, though. I don't like pigs.
They hate pigs.
Yeah. Filthy. I think they're filthy creatures. And that's how Hindu people are with cows as well. Cows are sacred in Hinduism. You cannot eat beef. Whenever I was in Saudi Arabia, we all went out and had some like fries that had bacon on them. And of course it's the Middle East and everybody's Muslim, so it was beef bacon. And some of the Indian people ate it and it wasn't good news. They didn't feel very good about it.
Like, physically, or?
I think physically they felt great. I think as it was going down, they were probably like, man, this is delicious. I actually remember one guy saying, like, this is delicious. But once they found out that it was beef, they weren't very happy about it. They said, one guy said, do not tell my wife. Actually.
Because I got a pescatarian friend, and he's started to eat beef and chicken because he's going to.
He doesn't sound like he's a pescatarian then.
He's changing it up because he's going traveling and he wants to try the food. And he's like, I just gotta start eating beef.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there was one time he went to Taco Bell, and they have vegetarian shit. You can actually get vegetarian shit there. Their beans are vegetarian. So he got like a burrito, but he got it with beans, and I think there was like either a little bit of meat in there, or they put meat in there and they just forgot the substitution. And he just took a bite, thinking like it's all good. And then it took him a minute, because he was like driving or some shit, to realize like that's fucking beef, dog. And he just got sick. He got like really sick because he didn't have the microbiome, the bacteria to like process that shit. So I don't know. I just thought like
That would happen to an Indian person too. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It was such a small amount. It was like bacon bits on top of loaded fries.
I
You know.
don't know why I imagined
Yeah. Yeah. But I did feel quite guilty. But that's smart to start eating the food before you travel. That's the best part of traveling, is trying the food. I didn't know how much I like eggplant until I spent time in the Middle East. I ate a lot of eggplant dishes. I ate a lot of blended nut dishes. I really like me some blended nuts. They did. Yeah, I didn't know they do that in Italy and in the movie Antichrist, but I didn't know that they do it in the Middle East. They blended nuts. But there's one dish, I forget what it's called, man. I think mahamara or something like that. It's pink, and it's mostly blended nuts, and it's really freaking delightful. I have to get us a mahamara recipe. That's something we should do more often. Do a little family dinner action. Get together for some, like once a month or something. Get the gang together and do little dinners. That'd be fun.
I've talked to the girls about it.
Yeah. But yeah, traveling. You said you want to go to China like a psycho. I have a buddy that you also said that your buddy's pescatarian and he's eating chicken and beef. It was like, well, yeah, dude, my buddy's sober. He just drinks a lot of beer and does crack. That's but I have a friend that that went to do Everest. He told me he got back. He was posting all over his social medias and sending me pictures of like this Mount Everest trail and signs in Nepal and the people carrying his backpack and stuff and these camps. And he gets back and I'm like, dude, that trip looked crazy. What was going on? And he told me, I went to Everest. And I was like, that's freaking awesome. And then I find out like 4 days later, he's having a discussion with somebody else and I'm like eavesdropping. And I figure out he just went to the Everest base camp and just spent like, he just spent like a couple of nights there. It's like stolen valor, But yeah, he went to Everest base camp. He did say that he saw a couple of bodies. He saw the Sherpas carrying down some bodies from one of the higher camps, and he said it was like a legit intense experience. It's still intense, even going to the base camp, but yeah, it's pretty gnarly. It's a pretty gnarly experience. I feel like Everest is something that's becoming too popular, though. Like there are tons of people that do it. And whenever we were kids, you'd read about it in National Geographic, and it was really extreme, really crazy. But now you have Alex Honnold climbing, free soloing like El Capitan, like, you know, it's 2 miles of rock, crazy shit like that. It makes Mount Everest seem kind of weak, you know. Is there anything that you would sought out, any world wonder that you want to see? Any what's your Mount Everest, Nate?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Fixing my jeans. Otherwise, I wear short socks with Adidas, so I'm probably gonna have a rash later. That's not really a good move. So I'm gonna cover it up because otherwise my skin shows, and if we end up posting any of this, then people will know that that I'm wearing ankle socks with Adidas. That's embarrassing.
Do you have one? Do you have a big wonder of the world you're waiting to see?
Not really. It'd be cool to see. Like, I've heard how cool ancient Egypt is, the pyramids and stuff, how that cool that would be. I like stuff that you have to work for. Like, the appeal to Mount Everest is you have to work for. You have to do it, right? So I have some things like that. Like, I like to fish. So doing some deep sea fishing and, like, having, like, a 6-hour fight with a big tuna or, like, a marlin or something, that's, like, a bucket list thing for me. A lot of it's like personal, like personal goals, career goals type stuff, or more so my Everest, you know, like performing in a theater would be cool, comedy wise. Selling, you know, I don't care so much about book sales. I care about being prolific though, like writing a lot and having a lot on the market. Like I want to, like how's as global as he is and how mainstream as he is. I think what's admirable about Stephen King is how prolific he is, how much he writes. I think that's something else that's one of my other Everests. I think is producing just a ton of fiction. You know, continuing to write. Yeah, those are two career ones, I guess. And catching a big fish, baby.
I'm so hyper focused on AI. You know, my thought about you like being a prolific writer is like, well, you know, we got chatbots now, and you can just be like, write the book
About this. Yeah.
You shoot out like 500 books in a day.
Yeah, you could, but then it's not your voice. It's not you. Yeah, but I wish, dude, like if I could set aside that part of my pride and ego, maybe, or like or whatever it is, you know, the part of me that, you know, is like, hey, there's no artistic integrity in prompting an AI to write these stories for you. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is obvious, and that is that ideas are easier to have than writing a fucking story, you know? So it's much easier to sit down and I have a lot of ideas for stories. The hard part is writing the actual story, and I think that would make it less rewarding. If I sat down and I prompted an AI to write these stories and kind of write these ideas, I think that it would be a lot less rewarding. Because, like, yeah.
Do you think that you would not use any AI tools to help you write at all?
No, I would. For, like, proofreading and editing.
Okay.
Yeah. For proofreading and editing. Even to... I think it's okay to use to give you ideas. Like, hey, I have an idea for this character. What do you think of this backstory? Or what do you think this backstory should be for a character that behaves this way? And things like... I think that that's appropriate. But there is, like, you know, artistic honesty. And if you're plagiarizing from AI, if you're copying something that AI has written for you, then that's not artistically honest to me, you know? Yeah.
Because I think AI is like going to be more and more powerful and more present in our lives, and it's going to begin to act more like a real personal assistant. And I think people are like going to be heavily reliant, dependent on like these really intelligent like AI systems. I think professionally and personally, like we're just gonna ask the computer for goddamn near everything. Just hey, do get whatever, tell like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Tickle, stroke.
joke.
Yeah. But really, like, it's true. What also what gives me peace of mind about that is that it will be limited to just assisting. I think because you can tell, and I think that you will be able to tell for quite a while when something is entirely produced by AI, and whenever it loses that voice, like that line when when artistic honesty is lost, it's like pretty obvious. Like you mentioned in seeing that advertisement. You're like, oh, this is an AI thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it is going to improve a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are still going to have their own tastes.
Oh yeah.
Like people are worried about like complete automation of like artistic thought, and I just think that that's not feasible.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I think, but we're gonna use like writers like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, writers definitely use it. Animators, like for like, oh yeah, all of it, and it'll make things better. It'll make things better.
Did you hear about Tyler Perry?
No.
He his movie studio, which is like fucking huge, Like, anyways, he paused an 800 like. I thought it was like an 800 million.
Yo Mama's House 4?
No, he was like he's like expanding his studio because he's got crazy big studios like Streets, like huge production movie studio level bullshit.
Right.
He paused like an $800 million development because he saw like Sora. He saw Sora and he was like, "What? We're gonna pause, and I'm not gonna build more shit." Like I don't know. He's taken aback. So like AI is already coming for like production.
So Tyler Perry decided to stop all production on his projects because of Sora.
Not all his projects. It was literally like an expansion to his studio.
Oh, because he's like, oh, I don't need to expand this because Sora can do this for me. Like whatever I was going to do with this expansion could probably be done for me through this tool. Like,
yeah, or the next one.
Yeah. That's wild. But it's cool, man. That means that people like you and me will be able to make shit, with the use of AI. Like crazy Christopher Nolan, like have you watched that show? Do you want to take a break? Do you want to take a smoke break?
Sure.